We just had some very good news come in, and I think this pretty much seals the deal on crypto and the broader markets to be able to rally for a while right now, because everything that the market was scared about, everything that has caused us to go down, isn't really a fear anymore. I want to go through that. We actually have some upside too if some things start clearing up. So let's go through that. Let's talk about why the market actually fell down over the last 12 or 24 hours, right? Like, I'm talking about all this bullish news, and yet the price hasn't skyrocketed, right? We actually fell back down under 110,000 yesterday. So why is that? We'll talk about it. If you don't mind though, hit subscribe so you can see future videos just like this. Also, if you want to trade crypto, there's a link underneath the video to BYDeFi. You can start trading in just a few minutes. You don't have to KYC. You don't need a VPN, and you can get access to this big trading competition. Right now, we have about 10 days left, and we're giving away at this point $26,600. And this goes up as time goes on, because as the trading volume goes up, this prize pool goes up. You can start accessing crypto with leverage. So you can actually get really good returns, which we'll talk about a little bit later in the video. But right now, the pre-market, let's just pull this up real quick, is slightly red. Right? Now, we just got good news though. We got really good news. PCE came in at expectations. Core PCE came in at expectations as well. And when this happened, let's just go to the 5-minute here, is about 10 minutes ago. Bitcoin pumped up, big candle. Now just consolidating a bit, but we have altcoins doing the same thing. So this came in at expectations. This pretty much rules out the Fed keeping rates at the same place next month. Now, I suppose if some new really bad economic data came out between now and the next Fed meeting, they might hold rates, but they were already dovish last week. This is just more of what's expected. So I don't see them changing their base case scenario, which seems like a rate cut right now. And this made me think about everything that's happened over the last week. We are actually set up to have a very good Q4. So the future is just much less risky when you look at what people are generally concerned about right now in the market. Tariffs, war, inflation, GDP, like just the growth of the economy, and the future, right? AI, NVIDIA. What did NVIDIA's earnings show? They are still growing massively. There's still a huge demand for their products. A lot of companies are still seeing an ROI, or return on investment, for investing in AI, which means that they're probably going to be more profitable in the future as well. And the narrative continues. GDP came in higher than expectations yesterday. The highest that we've seen in 2 years. That is very bullish for the future of the economy, right? It shows that we're in a good economy right now, I suppose. That mixed with the future of AI, very positive. You throw in PCE, that just came in at expectations. The Fed looks like they're going to cut, so lower interest rate environment means that people will have a lower risk-free rate of return. They will go more risk on, which means assets like the stock market and like crypto should go up over time. We also have tariffs, which really aren't a concern in a lot of people's minds anymore. That could actually be a clearing event where, maybe something happens that's actually quite positive. The U.S. and China maybe smoother relations or lower tariffs, or there are more tariff deals announced, something like that, right? It's hard to even keep up with where the tariffs are right now. It seems a little bit like it's just not a hot topic anymore, so people aren't really covering it. So again, it's kind of out of sight, out of mind, in my opinion, for a lot of investors. We also have wars going on right now. Obviously, Trump a couple weeks ago made a big effort to try to resolve the Russia-Ukraine war. That didn't do anything, or that didn't resolve itself yet, but that could be some bullish piece of news in the future as well. So this basically takes out all the risk of economic crash and interest rate fears. This, in my mind, actually allows you to get a little bit more aggressive, right? Like, we're still chopping around. This happens with Bitcoin where, let's just go back out to the 1 day, where we move up and then chop around for a long time, then move down, move up, chop around for a while, move down, move up, chop around for a while, and we're in this sideways chop right now. Now, we're still showing a possibility of flipping this prior resistance right between like 108 and 112 into support. That could happen. RSI has come down massively. Like we're at 110,000 and RSI is almost to oversold on the daily, which is bullish. I think with the clearing of all of these economic events and clearing a lot of the fear for investors, it allows you to get more aggressive if you want to do something like a leverage trade, which is just something I do with a portion of my portfolio. Otherwise, it allows you to, let's just go to the dollar cost average example. You can dollar cost average knowing that we've gone down, 14% on Bitcoin, 13%, and we found a support. We're just chopping around that support. So let's say we do go down 30% out of nowhere. Okay, that's another 16% down from here. Is that the worst that could happen? No, I suppose not. But like that would put us right at the previous support level, even actually a little bit below it. So I think that, that's a pretty far way away right now. We'd have to break through the prior support, like 105, which we've seen some resistance at. We'd have to break through 100. We'd have to break through 99,000, 98,000, then continue moving down. It just doesn't seem super likely to me with no real concerns or anything that's scaring the market right now. We also have positive news that's happening right now, which we'll cover in a second, not just economic data, but other positive news as well. So like you can dollar cost average without like a real fear of us falling drastically, in my opinion. Of course, something new can pop up. Something new pops up all the time. But oftentimes we're also concerned about other stuff. Like the last 2 or 3 years, we've been concerned about inflation. And now that seems to be going away. The Fed seems to be willing to cut rates. You can also get more aggressive, as I said, if you want to do something like leverage without feeling maybe, again, like we're going to flush down and flush out a bunch of long positions. Now, that's always happening with the exchanges. They're always trying to flush leverage positions. But if you don't get too aggressive, if you do, let's say, a 5x position, that would put your liquidation point at 88,000. That is a very long way from where we are right now. To even get there, you'd have to fall from 125,000 to 88,000. Nearly 33%, something like that, more than that maybe. So yeah, we'd have to fall down very drastically. I think I even did a little bit of my math wrong earlier, but yeah, we'd have to fall down a very far amount to get to that point, and you could always add more margin. If you want to get a little bit less aggressive, you could do a 3x, and then you're looking at $74,000 Bitcoin, something like that, which puts you below this major support level, this major resistance. So you can get a little bit more aggressive with leverage when we've seen these pullbacks and clearing events of a lot of negative possibilities. You can also get a little bit more aggressive because we're very close to support. So if you want to get more aggressive and do a 20x, 30x or something and just have a tight stop loss or position yourself with a smaller position, you can do that as well. So this just allows people to go more risk on, which I think can be beneficial to people that want extra exposure. I'm not saying you have to do that, but I think this allows for that to happen. Now, there are some liquidations happening right now. You can see actually Binance continues to dump Bitcoin and Ethereum, flooding Wintermute with crypto trying to dump the prices. And that's what happened over the last day, right? They caused a lot of liquidations. So that's why I never say, go super aggressive or with a large part of your portfolio, because it can be wiped away if you get too aggressive, because these manipulators continue to look for opportunities. Now, Ethereum had an inflow yesterday, 39 million. Bitcoin actually outpaced Ethereum for the first time in a while, 179 million in inflows from the ETFs. There's constant buying pressure, right? This continues to happen and will continue to happen, in my opinion, because a lot of Wall Street is still underexposed to crypto. Publicly traded Bitmine immersion buys another 79,000 Ethereum worth $355 million. We constantly get news like this. This is the news that is more of the same, but it pushes up the price drastically. This news yesterday that I covered, the US government just picked these 9 crypto. Basically, they're putting GDP data on the blockchain, and they picked 9 different blockchains to do it. This is big news symbolically, but doesn't necessarily move the price except for maybe retail, or if someone from Wall Street sees it and they're like, oh, all of a sudden they're a little bit more bullish because Trump did something that is interacting with crypto. So this is big symbolically. This is not really symbolic much at all anymore because it's just more of the same, but that actually pushes up the price. We constantly get news like this, but in the short term, the markets can be pushed down because of manipulation, because of selling. But long term, all this good news, all these clearing events, they're good for crypto. So don't get discouraged when we don't move up $10,000 or something after good PCE data. This, I think, again, it sets a really good foundation for the future. It shows really well what could happen next month with rate decisions, and kind of cements a brighter future for us. Even if the prices don't necessarily show it right now, the fact is you can buy right now for a lower price than you could buy yesterday, and there's less uncertainty. That's all you can do as an investor. If you get an opportunity to buy a really good asset at a lower price and it's got a brighter future, or there's less uncertainty over the short, medium, long term, that's all you can ask for, like I said. Sorry, I do feel like my energy's a little bit sapped today. This is the 5th night of sleep regression for our baby. So staying up half the night, and he's crying the other half of the night too. So it's been rough. So I'm trying to get my energy back. Taking a nice weekend vacation here with the family. Got my coffee that I'm about to start now. So hope you're all doing well. Hopefully you're energized. Sometimes I'm tired, but I still want to make these videos for you guys, no matter my condition, because it's important for people to know what's happening and to stay focused. Again, if you do want to check out BYDeFi, there's that link underneath the video. I really appreciate you all watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.